Alright. So this game that we're checking out now is called The Hungry Lamb. Okay, if you guys want to check it out, here you go, just clicking my linky. That is a tracking link, so please, everybody, click the link. Check it out. So it's called The Hungry Lamb, Traveling in the Late Ming Dynasty. So it's a visual novel. It's a historical visual novel. I guess it also has dating sim stuff. So it says, trek across ancient China in a dark, boundary-pushing visual novel inspired by traditional Chinese art with modern animation. Escort 4 girls to the prosperous city of Luoyang. Luoyang? I don't know how to pronounce Chinese stuff, sorry. It's probably butchered that, but we're gonna escort the 4 girls to the prosperous city in a branching narrative with themes of revenge, cannibalism, involuntary servitude, and more on a redemptive journey.
Involuntary servitude. Don't they mean slavery?
Probably, yeah. I don't think they could. I mean, yeah, I don't see why they couldn't have just put slavery. They put cannibalism away.
I mean, there's no other way. What are you gonna call them? People eaters?
Yep. That's one way to do it.
I popped up over my teammate and got the goal.
Okay, anyways. There no. Hold on. I wanna lower the ball. Okay, new game. Again, thank you to Keymailer and the game devs for the key, by the way. Let's dive in. I often ponder why my father named me Liang. The word Liang indicates shun, virtue. The character Shan is in the shape of an open-mouthed sheep. Looking at it, you can imagine the sheep's cry. I don't see that, but sure. Perhaps, if one is as gentle as a lamb, Liang suits him. However, I refuse to see myself as a sheep. I am a wolf. Okay. The art is really pretty, by the way. Oh. So the voice acting is in Chinese. Okay. I mean, yeah, I guess that makes sense, but... Okay, Liang sent him home. From nearby, there came a rough voice, inquiring. I glanced sideways, and a man approached from the distance. Step by step, he made his way, twigs and fallen leaves crunching. Sunlight streamed through the cracks in the woods, dappling everything, yet he adeptly hid himself in the shadows. I don't think I've heard somebody use that word. Okay, that's new. That's different. I sized him up. Capped in a bamboo hat, clad in a raincoat, holding a gourd, he seemed more a fisherman than a menace at first glance. Such an appearance made it easy to let one's guard down. Hence, he was usually tasked with luring the sheep, and then I would do the butcher's job. This fellow was another wolf accompanying me. His name was Shi Xing. I'm so sorry if these pronunciations are all wrong. Okay, I don't know him. But I preferred calling him Tongue. Oh, Tongue. Oh, that's okay, the translations are so funny. Hey, why the silence? Did you wrap it up? Wrapped up, gave the sheep a stab while he wasn't looking. Oh. Where did you dump him? Buried? Did you bury him cautiously? We're not far from the town. Make sure no beasts dig him up. Are we actually talking about a sheep, or are we talking about people? Hold on, I'm a little confused right now.
They're sheeple.
Well, yeah. They're slaves, then yeah. Okay. Buried him tight, no worries.
Well, no,
alright, what was on him? 3,000 okay, we murdered someone. We just murdered someone. Yo, this game got deep real, like, holy shit. Got dark real fast. Alright, so euphemism. People are sheeps and wolves. I thought they were actually talking about, like, you know, butchering sheep and stuff, but, what's wrong? Understand that now. Okay, 3,000 coins worth. 5 tails of silver plus 200 coins, ragged clothes, and a pouch. I take 4 tails, you get the ragged clothes and the pouch. You get the ragged clothes and the pouch is mine. Why? This time there was just one sheep. I killed and buried him, so I deserve more. That is true. There's a cooldown of 5 minutes for the fish command, hero. There's a channel point redeem for it too, though. Okay. Alright. How much is the pouch worth? Not much. It's just a common item. Let me take a look. Tongue wanted to see the pouch. I reached into my waist bag and pulled it out for Tongue to see. I hate that his name is Tongue. The pouch was small enough to fit in one hand. Common sense would dictate that a sheep's pouch might contain a handkerchief or some checks, but it was empty. The pouch was red, sewn together with patches, yet it looked new, and was embroidered with a light colored word. On. What does it do? You play the fishing game?
I almost dropped my phone.
I see you called me.
Yeah, that's why because I dropped my phone. I was
Oh.
too busy staring at you.
Wow. Okay.
I was.
I chuckled softly. How did the pouch end up with this embroidered word? Did the lamb's name contain on, or did he wish safety from the pouch? If it's the latter, the pouch surely failed him. Wow.
妈的，确实是破东西，卖不了几个钱，你自个儿收着吧。
Damn, it's really just some junk. You can keep it for yourself. I don't get why you're into these wools. You always take some wools every time you butcher a sheep. Beware, one day you'll find yourself killed for leaving traces. Alright guys, if you didn't understand what that meant, wools are trophies for these murderers. Okay, no big deal. I gave the pouch a squeeze and tossed it into my waist pouch. Let's go, while it's still daylight. We should grab some food and drinks in Huaziao. Tongue patted my shoulder, taking the lead. Wow, you guys just murdered and buried somebody in broad daylight?
Yeah, pretty much.
Since you got the bigger share this time, it's your treat. Same. Okay. I responded casually to Tongue pressing my hand on my bamboo hat to softly lower it. Following Tongue's footsteps, I walked forward, each step accompanied by the crunch of leaves underfoot. It was fine not to pay attention to these sounds, but if you do, they could become quite loud. It was as if the bird chirps and monkey cries has disappeared, and the whole forest was flooded with the crunch of trodden leaves. We, the two werewolves, trod across the desolate mountains and wild ridges. Upon passing a tree with a sturdy twisted trunk, I couldn't help but look closer. I knew it. Beneath that tree lay the sheep I butchered. Dun dun dun. Ooh, are we getting caught? Alright, so that was, I guess, a little prologue, and now we're in chapter 1. My stomach is getting sore again. God damn it. The sun hung high, almost blinding, but its rays lacked the slightest trace of warmth. I couldn't shake the memory of the sun from my childhood, so warm and inviting. Now it felt different. Perhaps it was a sign of the fading dynasty, an era gripped by misfortune, where even the daylight had grown cold. Gulp. Perched onto a boulder by an inn in Huaziao, I emptied the last drop from my flask. The fiery liquor seared my throat, yet its warmth refreshed my stomach. In bygone days, I deemed myself an unfortunate soul. However, in this year of calamity, savoring the fiery liquor proved to be a rare stroke of luck. Lang, a big one. A familiar voice rang in my ears. I glanced over, and there was Tongue standing behind me. Same old attire, bamboo hat, straw raincoat. He seemed like a fisherman. Tongue, why did it again? Tongue's eyes gleamed, smiling at me, ready to spill some good news. What's the job? I gave him a quick look, inquiring casually. Up north, at an inn. Got a few lambs locked up. Yin-san's. Originally, Yin-san's crew was supposed to escort these lambs, but they got into trouble, caught by the official soldiers. Now he's short on manpower and wants us to take over the task. I won't handle lambs. Ah, you've got it wrong. I know you won't harm any lambs. Then, what's the deal? By lambs, they mean children. We're to escort some lambs to Liaoyang. Human trafficking? Oh, okay. That one? That one? You weren't gonna say animal herding or something?
No.
Dang, like, so you censor some stuff, but not all of them? That's crazy. My heart sank. Oh boy. I finally got what Tongue had been hinting at with his mysterious talk. Whenever he sought me out before, it usually meant dark deeds like robbing and killing. This time, all secretive like, turned out he wanted us to do trafficking, delivering some acquired lambs to Liaoyang for a good price. For them, human trafficking is nothing. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, even though he's a robber, a thief, and a murderer, he's still, our main character still has morals. He doesn't want a human traffic, nor does he want to deal with children. Human trafficking? Don't frame it like that. We didn't nab those lambs. It's not human trafficking. Anyway, if that's how you want to see it, I can understand. The cannibalism? Too far. Oh gosh. Yin-san, he helped us spot opportunities in the underworld, but his main hustle is human trafficking. This deal is about taking the lambs he found and delivering them to Liaoyang. But it's not an evil deed. It's a good deed. In what way? How is human trafficking a good deed? Exactly. I frowned and almost didn't want to hear Tongue talk anymore. Of course it's a good deed. Trust me. Just listen. Liang, with widespread drought in recent years, many families are on the brink of starvation. So, in desperate times, they sell their lambs to Yin-san for some money and food. In Liaoyang, there's a fancy sheep with deep pockets but no offspring. He's eyeing a deal to acquire a few from impoverished areas. Just think about it. Those lambs from poor families were bound to starve. We're just giving them a chance in wealthier places. So, their parents won't starve, the lambs will be well fed, and everyone's satisfied. We're doing a good deed. It's not like they're adopting them. Okay. No secrets here. 1 lamb for 100 taels. 4 and 400 taels. We split it 50-50, and we're set for a few years without worrying about food and clothes. Damn it. Why the fuss? Just spill it. If you decline, I'll find another guy for such a great deal. Know why I believe it has to be you? You're a veteran who, as one, can do the job of 2. Hold on. I called out to Tongue. When did the lambs need delivering? As soon as possible. I'm checking it out today. Fine, I'll join you. I rose, brushing off dust. Tongue laughed, leading the way. Tongue said a few words, managing to convince me. Maybe it was the promise of no worries about food and clothing, or perhaps the idea of doing good deeds that swayed me. Well, you caved kind of fast, my dude. Anyway, I'm going along with Tongue's plan to see what's up. Clearly. Also, the game has some selected words. It sure does. I think it's just a translation. I'm pretty sure this was probably done in, Chinese. Also, I gotta be right back. I can stop it. My stomach's not happy today. My body hates me.
Welcome back, my love.
Thank you.
Of course. See, you instantly added it.
Huh?
I see you instantly added it.
Mm-hmm. See, now it shows that you're playing Rocket League.
What?
Now it says that you're playing Rocket League for 2 hours. Discord, are you okay?
No, it's
Thank you.
not.
It's never okay.
It never is.
Okay. Well, well, my esteemed guests. You're here at last. Please, take a seat.
妈的狗子，没个眼力劲儿，快给二位爷上热酒。
Damn it, stupid mutt. Fetch hot wine for our 2 guests, now. Just arrived at the inn with Tongue, and Yin-san greeted us with flattery. Guiding us to our seats at the inn, he scolded his workers to bring us drinks. Then the sudden shift in behavior made me wonder if he was just acting. I stayed standing, eyes fixed on Yin-san. My mind wandered into some interesting scenarios. Possibly from my childhood. Love for shadow plays. Whenever I met someone, their animal form pops into my head. Most are sheep, Tongue and I are wolves. Yin-san, though, comes across as a fox. This fox's lair was the inn in North Huazhou. No guests came and it's closed all year. The inn was a cover. He used it for his business dealings. There's a higher up, he answered to. The big boss handed down missions, and he passed them on to us. Back then, the jobs we pulled for him were all about hitting caravans. He'd tip us off on a sweet hole, and we'd go in. This time, it's a bit different, a job involving human trafficking. Whatever the job, we meet up at this inn most of the time.
林三儿，来了。梁说他可以接。
Insan, we're here. Lang's in for the job. Who said I'm in? I haven't committed.
啊？
Huh?
没定。
Haven't made up your
哎
mind?
呦，梁爷，
Master Liang, you
可不
can't
能没
be
定
uncertain now.
你身手好，
You're skilled and
又
you're
核心也
buddies with
少，
Master Xing.
这活可不
We
能
can't
缺
do
了。
this without you.
哎，我知道您之
Ah,
前没做过
I
这
know.
口的事
You've never
一
been
不
in the
愿意
line of
做
human trafficking before, and don't want to.
只是
Just
真的
relax.
不用
Your job
担
this
心
time is just
你们这
delivering
次的活
lambs.
只是预
How they
算
got
性
here and who they're
小
for,
兰是怎么
none of
来
your
的
business.
要送哎，而且我也
What's
不会
more,
跟你
I'll be
交
straight
代
with you. The
这
person
次
getting the lambs
收小
wields
兰的人
serious
全是
power.
滔天，
Even if things
哪
go
怕出
south,
了什么
the
事儿
government won't be
官
able
府
to
也
dig
查
into
不
it.
下去。
And,
再说
in this chaos, the
现在
government can't
兵
keep up
荒马
anyways.
乱，
Master
官府
Xing,
哪
you
能管
agree,
得上
right?
啊？哎，现在
Warning, there's free candy
你说是吧？
involved. Oof.
是啊，去他娘的官府！闪地好
Exactly,
地好
forget
造
the
反
officials.
要么在
Many
谈钱
spots
要
in
么在
Shan are in
藏钱
rebellion.
哪能
They're
管
either
上我？
chasing money or hoarding it. They won't hassle us. Yeah, more like wheat. Or grass. Whatever sheep eat. Yan-san explained to me, relying on Tongue backing him up at the same time. Tongue chugged half a cup of hot wine, backing Yan-san and shooting me winks. Oh, don't wink at me. No worries about food and clothes. Doing good deeds. And times are chaotic. They kept echoing in my mind, challenging my principles. Now, do I dive into this job or think twice? Scope out the lambs first, I guess. I'll take a look at the lambs first and decide after. I said slowly to Yin-sang and Tongue.
哎，行，
Alright, if you are interested in checking the lambs, I might have a chance.
猴子，去
Mutt, go!
把小
Bring
兰
the
带过
lambs
来。
up here. Yin-san shouted, his voice echoing. The inn's waiter nodded, hurrying towards the back door. The lambs were brought up, tied with hemp ropes around their waists, linked together to stop any escape. Some softly cried, others trembled, nudged into a line by the inn's waiter, standing in front of me. I kept quiet, scanning the lambs. Oh, they are actual, literal children. Not even like teens. Okay, Jesus. The leftmost lamb and the second one. They must know each other. Staying close, the elder guarding the younger. Probably sisters, both pretty young. I figured the older sister was 9 and the younger one was 6. Both sported worn-out clothes, dark complexions, and rugged, disheveled faces. Their slender frames hinted at a poor background. Glancing at them, this older sister, scared yet putting on a brave front, defiantly locked eyes with me, while the younger one shied away, too frightened to speak. Maybe the older sister aimed to protect the younger one, and viewed me as a threat. Oh, she's older, okay. The third lamb stood out from the first two. Probably of school age, she wore old clothes, was small, but had much fairer skin than the first 2 lambs. She bowed her head in fear, hesitant to speak, yet her upright stance hinted at an unusual background. Bought the 2 on the left, the third snatched? I casually asked Yin-san, laying out my judgment. Well, what sharp eyes! To be honest, Master Liang, it's true. Over there, these 2 lambs are sisters. They're from a nearby poor hamlet. With famine everywhere now, her family couldn't feed all those kids, so they sold the girls to feed their youngest son. Of course. Yin-san spoke slowly, and as he did, I shifted my attention to the 2 lambs, keeping an eye on their reactions. After hearing that, the younger sister stood there, seeming a bit lost. The older sister, with teary eyes, looked on the verge of crying. It seemed what Yin-san said was true. That's fucked up. About the third one, she's from a good family, was indeed snatched by us. Snatched? Is it safe? Absolutely safe. Do you think I'd risk sending her out otherwise? No, no way snatched ones are safe, especially when this lamb seems from a decent family. I hushed my tone and spoke icily to Yin-san. Unusual situation, Master Liang. Easy. Take it easy. Yin-san chuckled awkwardly in response to my words. Let's talk over here. Yin-san pulled me aside a bit, trying to steer clear of that lamb. Master Liang, this lamb is in a unique situation. We've looked into it. Despite her noble background, trafficking her is risk-free. Why? When does trafficking a noble young lady become risk-free? Aren't you worried her family might report this to the government? Report to the government? No chance. Her family is too occupied right now. No way they'd come looking for her. What happened? Her family had close connections with Inspector General Yuan. Seemed to be decent relatives. Distant relatives. You know Inspector General Yuan, right? The one who offended the Emperor, got sliced up, and had 3 generations of his family wiped out? Jesus. Okay.
Jeez.
After Inspector General Yuan's death, her family faced consequences. Some were killed, some banished, and others demoted. Their household has already fallen apart. Hey, Revel. I kept quiet. If Yin-san's words held true, no one would bother about the lamb his family lost. How goes it? If Yin-san's words held true, no one would bother about... Oh, wait. Even in times of peace and prosperity, the offspring of condemned officials were disregarded, let alone in times of turmoil. Fine, I'll give the last lamb a look. I nodded, leaving the matter of the third lamb behind, and turned my attention to the last one. The fourth lamb's a young boy. He looks like the oldest. Tall, only a head shorter than me. Hunched, awkwardly tilting his head. He anxiously looked around, his gaze dodgy and elusive. Yin-san, the lamb looks off. Is he sick? Tongue frowned, studying the fourth lamb before him. True, he is a bit slow. Did he get a childhood fever and that fried his brain? Wow. No, he's naturally slow. This lamb's been like this since childhood. His family initially thought he was a reincarnation of Maitreya Buddha, so they kept raising him. Later, when famine hit and the family became poor, not wanting to keep the Buddha anymore, his mother sold this lamb to us. Wow, that's so fucked up. Aww. Upon hearing the words Mom, the fourth lamb got agitated, staring intently and yelling Mom loudly. Seeing this, the other lambs seemed to think of their own moms too. Eyes teared up, quietly sobbing. Maybe for these lambs, feelings spread like laughter. Yin-san, you think the fancy sheep would want a lamb like this? So I don't particularly want to exist, but definitely don't want the alternative, so here you be. I'll be you. You know what, I'm with you in that boat too, Rebel. I really just want to sleep, but had stuff I needed to do, so here I am. Sigh. Tongue asked with a mocking tone, a hint of, and well, obviously still sick. It is fun. And we're still trying to get the last $20 for charity. We're at 92%. Guys, 92. We're so close. Can we get... Or if somebody can... Oh, I spelled that wrong. If somebody can spare 10, I'll donate the last 10. Tong asked with a mocking tone, a hint of anger emerging in his voice. Well, who knows? Say he believes the reincarnation thing and wants to keep him. Not that impossible. Force yourself to lay down? Oh. I had to force myself to get up. The duality of it all, huh? The family in Liuliang said they prefer girls, but might consider boys as well. It's tough to find boys, so we had to settle for this one. I'm sure you'll have to do that too. Well, go sleep. Inky's off for the next 3 days, so go get rest.
True.
No, this one's definitely a no-go. Why not, Masterson? Even if I were the buyer, I wouldn't want such a lamb. Besides, we can't handle escorting him. This Buddha is too much trouble. If Master Liang and I got annoyed with him on the road, we might just end up getting rid of him. Master Zing, ease up. These are the limbs the fancy sheep wants. Lose one, lose money. Lose two, you pay up extra. Your life story. You know, I guess before I end here, I think I will try. It's technically the next day, so perhaps I can get away with doing another Ultra Striker hour, and it will count. Sentence about the preferences. Oh. Wait, what? Okay, well, you prefer women, not men. Or, you prefer women, but might consider men, rather.
I only like you.
And I only like you. Wait,
Yay.
I only love you.
And I only love you.
Then count me out. Can't handle the slow one. We can't handle him. If he keeps yelling, it'll draw attention from soldiers and bandits. Everyone will be in trouble. Agreed. I sided with Tongue. This lamb was too hard to handle and might stir up troubles. Thought that'd be a given, but yes. You gotta specify on the internet, Rabble, before people take shit out of context. This story is actually really, really dark. Art's nice, though. And the ambiance is pretty good, but damn, it's dark. No, you're fine. Alright. Figured you wouldn't be keen on this one. That's fine. Honestly, I was worried the fancy sheep wouldn't like a boy. Even a plump one. There's a high chance of a return. Sigh. Might as well bring that lamb. That lamb? I furrowed my brow, puzzled by Yin-san's words. Before long, the waiter returned with another lamb. The lamb stepped out from the backyard, immediately catching my eye. Appeared to be around 10, in the early years of schooling. Donned in worn-out clothes, her skin neither dark nor particularly fair. Quite slender, my first takeaway from observing her. Yeah. Thank you for the lurk. Inky doesn't go back to work until Thursday at noon.
Which I'm perfectly fine with. I think I confused my teammate. My car is blue and orange. But I'm playing on the orange team.
But I think you guys were gonna go get their haircut today, right? I really want to just shave off all my fucking hair. I feel like my hair is just not healthy either. It just feels bleh. It doesn't feel soft to me. Well, the place that if you guys do go and get your haircut, let me know how they do and if the price is good. And then if it's cheap and they're good, and I'll chop my hair when I come up.
Oh?
Yeah. Fuck it. I don't give a shit. I hate my hair like this. It's probably, well, having shorter hair is gonna make me look more fat, but whatever. Oh, hey, we can work out while I'm there.
True.
Or at least we can go on daily walks or something. I don't know.
I'd love to.
Okay, she had a small frame, clothes tightly wrapped around her, revealing protruding bones at her wrists. A thin fabric outlined her bones. You want a side cut, but you won't know until you do it.
True. Very true.
You could also ask, I mean, the people who work there and be like, how do you, like, bring a reference picture and be like, how would this look?
Mm-hmm.
When I get my haircut, I'm gonna show them my model and be like, can you do this?
That'd be cute.
Okay. Her hair was pitch black, while her eyes had an unusual deep blue hue. This lamb appeared delicate. If she were a bit plumper, perhaps she'd be a beauty in the making. There's a park across the street and plenty of places to walk to. Okay, that sounds good. Hey, this lamb looks alright. Honestly, apart from the Buddha, your other lambs ain't bad. Haha, that's right. My lambs are top-notch. What do you think, Master Ming? I don't mind how the lamb looks, but I'm curious why she isn't tied up like the others. I noticed the last lamb wasn't tied with a rope around her waist. Curiously, I asked Yin-san. She's unique and doesn't need a tie. You trust her? Certainly. She came here on her own during the famine, not sold or snatched. This one arrived last month. Trained, obedient. Feed her and she'll do any work. Well, it's a pity, but if you don't want the Buddha, you can let her go instead. She's up for a trip to Luoyang. She's mute, but well-behaved. Just mention a place with plenty of food, and she'll definitely want to come along. I gotta ask, Yin-san, why are all the lambs here either slow or mute? Also need to find a LGBT-friendly salon? True. So what if she's mute? You two, if it weren't for the deal with the fancy sheep about quantity, I wouldn't have considered selling her. Trust me, even without words, she'll be worth a good sum when she's grown. Her ears, good? No problem. Alright, that's convenient. Tong nodded, agreeing with Yin-san's idea. Having this girl along would be easier than dealing with the boys' issues. I agree with that, but I wanted more details. Yin-san, how old are these lambs, and what are their names? I asked Yin-san. The two sisters on the left are 9 and 6 years old, named Honger and Zuyer. The third one is named Cheonghua. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce that one. Because I know it's not Ki, it's Chi. And I hate that because I love Kiki from Genshin, but it's actually pronounced Chi-Chi. And I'm like, no.
Kiki, do you love me?
Oh, Jesus fuck. Absolutely.
Sorry.
I thought that song and then In Love with a Coco was such stupid songs.
I'm in love with Chipotle.
No.
Got the greens, beans, tomatoes, potatoes.
What? What?
What? Have you
Okay.
not heard that?
No.
Get a grocery bag, damn. I found a lot of Vine.
I've never had Chipotle.
Chipotle's pretty damn good.
Never had Chipotle.
It's really good.
Okay, green screens mutates or is what? We don't have Chipotle here. What do you mean, heretic? It's not my fault if we don't have it.
Heretic.
Fight me.
I'll
The
fight
third
you
one
with
is
love.
the last one, she's mute and can't read, so it's tough to know her name. You can just call her Little Mute. Okay. Oh, I still know her age. Asked if she's 9, she nodded, so she's about 9 years old. No name, 9 years old. Mute. I looked again at the last lamb brought in as a backup. This time, she looked up and met my gaze. Surprisingly, she didn't shy away like the other lambs. She stared at me quietly. Her deep blue eyes reflected my image. A faint moisture seemed to be layered over her eyes, or maybe it was just my imagination. Strangely, during that brief eye contact, a peculiar thought crossed my mind. She stood out as the only one among the children who didn't resemble a lamb. Cat. She appeared to be a cat.
So she gets loose, it'd be a catastrophe.
Alright. So I was only gonna do the one chapter. So with that, that was our first look at the Hungry Lamb. If you guys want to check that out, click my linky. It'll take you to the Steam page. So it's called The Hungry Lamb, Traveling in the Late Ming Dynasty. It's a historical visual novel, as you can see. It's pretty dark though, so I don't know if it's gonna be for me. I was interested in it because of the art, but I don't really know how this is gonna go. I feel like the little cat, the little mute cat, is supposed to be. I think she might be our love interest, but she's 9 years old.
Grooming.
Wait, hold on. Let's see. It says, blah 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 blah. Liang the bandit and his companions are commissioned for a job for an unsavory merchant and must escort 4 girls to a wealthy lord. They must pass through a bunch of their places to reach their destination. Liang initially believes that the girls he is escorting will be sold to the wealthy lord as adopted daughters to begin a new life. However, one of the 4 girls, named Sui, reveals the hidden secret to their journey. The Lord is a swine demon who has practiced devouring young ladies for over 1,000 years. What the fuck? Every year on his birthday, he dispatches human traffickers to abduct girls from Shan in celebration of his special day. Sui's sister was among the many who have fallen victim to the demon's appetite. Holy shit. This is not where I thought this was going. Chipotle gyros got you through high school? Never had either. Sui is hopeful that Liang will end the escort and join her in assassinating the swine demon to avenge her sister and those who have perished in recent years. Although Liang wants to believe Sui, there are too many inconsistencies in her story. Throughout the journey, Liang will gather information, unravel the truth, and make his decisions accordingly. So, we are playing as Liang, the main character and protagonist. His family has run a successful business for years, but Liang never saw himself as his father's successor. Instead, he would rather travel the world as a hero and visit as many new locations as possible. The day of the Great Tianqi explosion in 1626 was the day Liang lost everything. After becoming a refugee with nothing left to his name, he turned to a life of crime. Liang became a bandit and makes a living by killing others for loot. Okay, Sui is the little mute 9-year-old. Um. Okay, so this is interesting. Holy shit. So the thing about this game, as it is a visual novel, there's a variety of different endings and branch options, but good deeds cannot be rewarded during times of war. Pay for the crimes Liang has committed and suffer the consequences. In addition to a rich storyline, their goal is to achieve the highest level of quality in a Chinese visual novel, implementing a unique combination of traditional Chinese art and animation style, focusing on impasto painting techniques. They rigorously follow the clothing, architecture, environment, and other elements of the late Ming Dynasty to bring both the historical atmosphere and visually appealing aesthetic to their audience. I agree, though. I mean, like everything else is really good. The music, the art, and stuff like that. The translations for the dialogue is a little funny, but what can you do? But yeah,
Isn't Chinese really hard to translate?
I think so. Yeah. Apparently, this person who leads as a voice recording director is they're working alongside talents like people from Genshin Impact and Honkai, and apparently others. That's interesting. Okay, so I guess they've got it pretty like, I guess, how do you put it? Cast? No, staff? I don't know, but yeah. I hope you guys, this was interesting to you. But please, yeah, make sure you clicking my linky because that's a tracking link and it helps me out. Yeah, take a look at it if you want.